In Landover, the scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Redskins. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They go play action here on first down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. Now he gets attended to. We'll step aside. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go.
Here we go! 38!
And he'll get this one up to about his 14. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is third and long. Now a carry. It's C.J. Anderson. Breaks a tackle. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on fourth. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see first downs, but guess what? The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they've scripted it, and some of these runs, while they haven't been successful now, they may be successful later on.
On fourth down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 36. 7 yards on a return after a punt of 39. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. On first down, Wentz eluding the pressure right. And right away he lost the football. But the Redskins look to get this one back. Indeed they did. It's still Washington football. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. As he got popped as he was throwing it.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked by Nick Kwiatkowski. And a 1st and goal coming up here inside the 10-yard line. When you're on your own 1-yard line like they were, oftentimes you're thinking just run on any down, get some space there. They elect to throw it. It cost them.
You get the sense that they were banking on the element of surprise, right? Everyone expects you to run it there. Let's take a shot. Let's throw it. Try and create some space, some room. And it went awry, didn't it?
Try to pound it in. Kamara. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins have taken a first-quarter lead. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Zuerlein out now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
Here's Anderson as they begin this series on the ground. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
All right, here we go. Blue, landed.
On 2nd down, Anderson. And a hell of a run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So naturally, they will decline it. They got the first down anyway on the play.
Who needs a penalty when you picked up the first down through hard work and effort anyway? First down.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Following the penalty, Anderson. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Detroit! Detroit!
Off the play fake. Nolan. He's going to air one out. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
And he'll take this one up to about the 23. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Now Griffin on 2nd down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Now, they told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You got to let that happen, guys. Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Here we go now. 319! 319!
To throw on 2nd down. Nolan. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra depth in their step. You go to them early and often.
And not only will he not get the few inches he needs, he's going to go backwards. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Brett Kern now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. Just the first quarter of a tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season-open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Redskins get the quick strike touchdown.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Zerline out now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. On 1st and 10, Nolan escaping the pressure right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And running right through it. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, a 22.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Throwing on 1st down. Nolan. That'll be caught by Combs. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Leonard Williams in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
From the gun, Nolan. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Set. Blue landing.
They'll run it now out the gun. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. He's able to chew up 8 yards on the carry there, but still 4th down upcoming.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
And here come the Redskins now. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They go play action with Griffin. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He got 29 yards that time.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What, is it 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Into the red zone. Wentz. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. From the gun, it's Wentz. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They'll run it here with Ball. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
When you put together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
Here's Blunt. And Blunt loses the football. And the Redskins scoop it. And they'll have it just 5 yards away from pay dirt here, 1st and goal.
Well, that sure started out as a good example of what they call backed up or coming out on offense, meaning you're backed up close to your own goal line. Big-time emphasis on practicing that to try and create some room at no less to give the punter a chance to kick the ball away.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Mark Ingram, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now. Zerline out now to kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. On first down, Nolan throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19. Gone.
On first and 10, Nolan. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
To throw again, Nolan. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Yannick Ngakoue in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. The Eagles on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be third and forever. Operating from the gun, Nolan. He's going to air it out deep for Hogan. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break.
Oh, here we go. Oh.
On first and 10, here's Wentz. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 23 yards on the play. Wentz now on first down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. In for the score. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. Zerline now for the PAT. And oh my goodness, this is nowhere close. Well to the right and no good. Zerline out now to kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And out now come the Eagles. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Norris. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. This quarterback now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here.
All right, here we go. Blue, landed. Blue.
From the gun, Nolan. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Leonard Williams in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. The keeper gets him 7 that time, but it'll lead to a 3rd down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And he puts a little something extra into this one, by far his best of the night. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Wentz now on 1st down. Looking long for Westbrook. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Go. 180. Run.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Eagles have recovered. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, here we go now. Blue, landed.
Following the fumble recovery, Nolan. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more ahead. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Operating from the gun. Nolan. Caught. Safarian Jenkins, right side. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He connected on his first, this from 41. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. So we've reached halftime here in D.C. in our nation's capital with a home team, the Redskins, on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So out now come the Redskins. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Wentz to throw on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Shorty. Don't go. Waiting.
Working from the gun. Wentz. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Wentz. A quick throw, but incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The Redskins on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Run. Waiting.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And it's complete. This is Austin Kroll. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Zerline out now to kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Leonard Williams in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight. The Eagles on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Hot! Gun!
From the gun, Nolan. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off here at 32. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Partner, if we've heard it once, we've heard it 1,000 times. Don't throw late down the middle.
And he did. We see the end result.
Yeah, what you have to do is you got to make sure you manipulate those defenders with your eyes and your head, maybe even some body movement to move them a little if you're going to come back late down the middle.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4. Again, it's Camaro. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the 1st down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
And Zerline's kick is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jarrett Davis in there to get him the 6th time they've sacked him tonight. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Nolan. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line. Brought down there. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Looking to throw. Nolan. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the 1st.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Guys, check me out. We got 3 down. We got to stand up over there. All right, now, look at 56.
Throwing on 1st down. Nolan. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again. Nolan. He's going to look deep down the field. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
When Leonard Williams was picked in the 2015 NFL Draft, I compared him to Merlin Olsen, and I got a lot of grief about it. Did you just see that play there? Did you see how he made that move and made that tackle? That was Merlin Olsen-esque there.
I just perked up when you said Merlin Olsen.
Yeah, a lot of people said, hey, that's too much, too far, and maybe it is early, but I think this guy has a chance of fulfilling that.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Shorty.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show. For actually so the loss of a yard, and now 2nd and 11 from the 24-yard line. Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. And that'll be incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To throw is Wentz. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll get 11, but still a little short. Fourth down. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is brought in at the 21. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Now a carry for Dillon. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down. Just one conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 11. They'll run again with one. Looking for an opening. Not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. Well, this ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But, you know, to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is, and I'm glad that you went in that direction, because otherwise we're going to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
Which was also impressive.
Which was also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams, they put it all together. And I got to tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen from this team.
And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle, and that's going to tack on 15 more. 17 yards on the pickup. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, it's Ingram. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. A busy night continues for Kamara. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
From our vantage point, that was just one bad play by the offensive line in a series of really good ones tonight. But I know that they're going to be really ticked off. It's a lot like a baseball pitcher losing a no-hitter late in the game.
Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But listen, there's some guys, there got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Lucky 56.
To throw from his end zone. Nolan, he's going to, and my goodness, another interception. Picked off at about the 31. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a quarterback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
Big Eddie Goldman there on the tackle.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now.
Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this.
Double tight, double tight. 4 down. Alert. Ramp. Switch.
They run it again with Kamara. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
3 down.
The Redskins on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
4 down.
Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now. He's been terrific so far. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it.
And that's what friends are for.
Right? As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
They start on the ground here with Blunt. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. The tackle there by Quandre Diggs.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys
I'm a little
skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for the Redskins, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next